something is wrong.
A man who called this place home hasn't been there for about a week. Near the intersection of 52nd and Custer, his image rests on trees.
We did the flyers, we went door to door.
22-year-old Yvonne Young disappeared January 1st.
My fear is that
The following day, he was supposed to see his mother. But Annette Perry says her son never made the visit. Hope, and at times, terrible thoughts stop by instead.
my fear is that my baby won't come home.
Perry says she called her son last Tuesday night around 10:30. The last words spoken to him were, "I love you." Young's roommate heard a car pull up outside their home and saw Young leave around 10:45. The 22-year-old left his jacket behind, suggesting he wouldn't be gone long. He hasn't shown up for work. No one has been able to reach him since.
So I started calling back, and it was going straight to voicemail.
Online, Young is easy to find. On YouTube, the rapper goes by the name Young LT. His mother says he's never run away before and has no known enemies, though his music could draw scorn or jealousy from others.
He's an up-and-coming artist, so there's always people that talk mess here and there.
But the family is hoping someone is interested in talking about where Young is, offering this plea.
Please call me. Please call the police station. The numbers are on the flyers. Hit us on Facebook. We've got all type of ways for them to contact us.
We have links to all the contact information the family was talking about on our website. That's fox6now.com. A vigil is scheduled to take place tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the area of 52nd and Custer.
I was walking home from Summerfest.
July 6th of last year, a UWM student and his then girlfriend were approached from behind near the intersection of Holton and Center.
By a man in a mask asking for my wallet. I was kind of in shock at the time, just said, "What?"
Police reports say the man grabbed the pocket of Sam Took.
I was a victim in an attempted robbery, and I mean, when it happened, obviously I was scared.
Took says the man saw a squad car and ran off, disappearing into a neighboring yard. The case would reappear in headlines more than a year later. The suspect was 22-year-old Derek Williams, seen taking some of his final breaths inside a Milwaukee police squad car. His gasps for help ignored by officers believing he was faking. He later died from complications from sickle cell. The manner of death, once called natural causes, was recently changed to homicide by medical examiners.
Seeing the video, it was sickening, really, watching it. I mean, it's just sad, really.
Until the police video was released, Took never got a glimpse of what happened after Williams ran off. He says he appreciates the quick police response preventing the robbery.
At the end of the day, they could have possibly saved my life.
While Took is called a victim in the police report, he offers sympathy for the man accused of trying to rob him, labeled a suspect.
He was definitely a victim too. I think watching what I saw, it seems that he needed help and he didn't get it. So I think he would be a victim also.
In an exclusive interview, Milwaukee Police Chief Ed Flynn told Fox 6 his officers should have responded more quickly to Williams' health concerns. He added police procedures have already been changed following the reopening of this case.
For the peace that you have already brought to this family.
As the rain beats down on a Milwaukee street corner and drenches those huddled nearby.
We have a family grieving right here.
Fails to drown out the sounds of intense sorrow. They are voices of grief and loss surrounding the murder of a son.
God, touch now, Lord, in the name of Jesus.
Dozens stood by to remember 22-year-old Yvonne Young, but for a few, the feelings of loss are too heavy to bear. Milwaukee police say 5 people with gang ties played a role in the brutal torture and ultimate killing of Young. Prosecutors believe the rapper who went by the name Young LT got into an argument, and that led to a beating and ultimately a fatal shooting. Police say Young's body was dumped into a trash bin and burned. For the second day, investigators searched the Menominee Falls landfill where Young's remains may reside. This is video taken by the Milwaukee Police Department. It shows one of 2 cadaver dogs trying to catch the scent of human remains. So far, the canines have found false leads, but the methodical and time-intensive recovery effort continues.
For a quick recovery right now in the name of Jesus.
That effort is watched by friends and family.
It's crazy, man.
All struggling with an unthinkable crime.
Change is going to take place in the heart.
They're hoping investigators can find their loved one and help them find some kind of closure.
Thank God. Amen. Amen. All right.
Now, those cadaver dogs are trained to sniff out things, including human blood, but so far we are told that those false hits that they're making have to do with non-related medical waste. We presume that search effort continues tomorrow morning. As police squads were parked outside Potawatomi Bingo Casino, 23-year-old Milwaukee woman was dealing with a gunshot wound. Witnesses believe she was caught in the crossfire during a struggle on the casino floor.
There was a young lady, she got shot in the leg.
And I see the young lady sitting there, I'm shot.
My other friend, he takes off his shirt and wraps it around her leg.
Devon Dent took pictures of the investigation.
The number 1 is actually a shell.
Some of the yellow markers show where bullets fell.
You can tell it was a .45.
Dent's friend, Antonio Felder, saw where they came from.
Semi-automatic.
We heard the first shot.
Then you hear the gun. Pop.
Bang.
Shot. Goes off.
People are running all over the place.
Everybody hits the ground. Everybody lays down on the ground.
It was 2 shots.
Pop.
Police say it happened around 1:30 Sunday morning. Dent says the gunman was looking for a fight.
He was upset that somebody looked at his girlfriend.
He just wanted to let everybody know that he was the man and she was his woman.
A skirmish followed. Firearms surfaced, and that began a struggle for the weapon.
3 now tussling for a gun. It looks like a bad game of Twister.
It was real chaotic.
Put my foot, all of 200 pounds of weight on the gun and their hands.
It could have been worse.
And I put my knee on the back of the guy with the suspect.
Victim is expected to be okay. The Milwaukee Police Department tells us a 27-year-old man from Wauwatosa is in custody in connection with the shooting. He could be charged in the days ahead. The patchwork outside of a West Allis home is underway. The physical damage is easy to repair. The emotional damage is much more difficult.
Aww.
Dozens of middle schoolers take part in a kind of after-school activity that is part horrible and part healing.
You enjoyed having in your life, and just the feeling of them being gone is just crazy because you just talked to them the same day.
A fire burned through a home on 57th and Lapham. 14-year-old Michael Gonzalez and 14-year-old Isaiah Cobo died in the blaze. Celeste Perkins knew both and went to school with Cobo.
So you could just see that chair is empty and he's not there. Just the feeling of him not there is just so weird. He was the one who always made everybody laugh.
A lot of crying right off the bat.
Cobo's principal said counselors were available and in need inside West Milwaukee Middle School. He also knows Gonzalez's 13-year-old brother, Joel, who first responders say was able to rescue his 4-year-old sibling before the flames became too intense. The teen was treated for smoke inhalation, with friends hoping.
He has a full recovery, and he comes out a hero for saving his brother.
Nightfall brings another round of friends, classmates, and loved ones. All gathering, all grieving. 2 lives ended too early.
We never knew this day was gonna come.
We can report this evening both Joel as well as his younger brother. They are out of the hospital once again, nursing some burns and also recovering from smoke inhalation. They are expected to be fine, on the mend both physically as well as emotionally. The combination of wind and lake effect snow.
Wow.
Left parts of Sheboygan buried.
Seemed pretty high up here.
So begins the painful plowing. Cue the guy who says that's just the weather in Wisconsin. But in this case, it's just the weather. Off of Wisconsin Avenue, turning the pavement into an off-road rally course.
My husband tried to take out the car. He ended up sliding all the way down.
It's one of a handful of side streets creating problems for people like Viviana Rosero.
Overwhelming.
It was horrible.
But the concern for cars didn't stop there.
I heard there was some even sheriffs that had to ride in plow trucks because they were getting stuck themselves.
We'd like to tell you how many tow runs Jamie Knoll of Brett's Towing went on.
Honestly, I've lost count.
But like a blizzard,
This is the worst I've seen it in a long time.
it all blurs together. Deputies and police estimate they assisted about 120 motorists during the storm, some abandoning their cars because of the conditions. And you know it's bad when a tow operator
Yeah, I got stuck.
needs a tow.
I got stuck in over by the county airport.
It was a big surprise. We weren't expecting all of this.
But back on Wisconsin Avenue, the somehow soothing sounds of a plow makes its way through the neighborhood a street reclaimed. But for how long?
Yeah, so it's brought a smile to my face to see it, finally.